Hey Shiba Inu holders, let's talk about this today. Yes, today. This is really important. Current global market cap stats. Now, you're probably wondering how big crypto actually is, and in reality, it's not that big. Stocks have a major advantage, and this is a good thing, because most of the people don't know about crypto yet. SHIB is in the green. Look at this. SHIB in the green. And I'm really excited for that. Thank you so much for dropping a like. But current global market stats, the global crypto market is at 2 trillion, a 5% increase over the last day. The total crypto market volume over the last 24 hours is 114 billion, which makes a 23% increase. With that being said, I do think we're going to be seeing a lot more growth for the channel. I have not received my rewards on Shiba Swap. Could you help me, please? People still haven't been getting the rewards, but that's completely fine. We want to wish the kind words to Milkshake, who has been feeling a bit ill under the weather. Basically, she keeps us updated a lot, and I definitely do hope she gets better, but I will be back tomorrow, hopefully. Hope everyone has been okay and enjoying the weekend with loved ones. But that being said, we're all waiting for Shiba Inu to grow. So how will Shiba Inu actually grow? Well, that is when Bitcoin increases. We're severely tied to Bitcoin's prices. We're severely tied to Ethereum's prices. And let's face the reality here. If Dogecoin goes down, Shiba Inu goes down. If Dogecoin goes up, Shiba Inu goes up. That's how it is right now, unless we have some special updates like Coinbase or something like that, or Robinhood. So yeah, I'm going to run the info on that soon. But the reality here is it's going to be taking some time, right? So why El Salvador is botching its Bitcoin experiment? The message should have been build, not hold. And we are reliant on countries boosting up cryptocurrencies. So it's rare that I agree with David Garrett, the British writer, yada, yada, yada. But it's a fortunate coincidence that Bitcoin have dropped almost 25% since government first purchased 400 Bitcoin on September 6th, when its controversial Bitcoin legal tender went into full effect. Most importantly, the combination of the price drop with Chivo's continued glitches, with concerns about some of the law's more draconian elements and harsh treatment of its critics, has fueled a mini bank run on its Bitcoin that was distributed to Salvadorans. Each person who submitted their national ID to sign up for a wallet was to receive $30 worth of Bitcoin, a value that has been significantly declined. And that's because, a lot of Bitcoin was basically withdrawn. A lot of people still don't know how cryptocurrency works, and it's going to take some time. That's the beauty behind it. It's going to take some time for Shiba Inu. This will leave a bad taste in the mouth of many Salvadorans, but we are seeing finally updates for SHIB. Tone deaf messaging. So whether we like it or not, the valid proposition that drives Bitcoin adoption among middle-class Americans and their peers in other developed countries is that you could hold and get rich. So a lot of people are saying if you buy Shiba Inu, you can simply get rich, right? No, it's not that simple. As a lot of us can see, yes, if you bought Shiba Inu in 2020, when Shiba Inu was basically $100, which is now $7 million at its peak, yes, you can become a millionaire like that, but that's only for maybe one person out of 600,000, right? Or it's for those whales who have some secret info, which sadly we don't have. I wish all of us were millionaires, right? But if there were ever an environment in which have fun staying poor slogan is out of the place, it's when the harsh realities of day-to-day life for people in one of the world's poorest countries. So Bitcoin was accepted in the poorest country in the world, and they are just withdrawing the Bitcoin so far. The Chiva wallet, so they got $30 free in the Chiva wallet, and they simply didn't use it. But they cannot afford to use Bitcoin. There's no use for the poor of El Salvador. And if we gave basically to El Salvadorans, if we gave them 1 million SHIB each, they would be just selling it because they cannot afford to hold Bitcoin. They cannot afford to basically wait for a perfect timing. And that is where you are really lucky and privileged. You come in and you can afford to hold Shiba Inu. A lot of people cannot afford to hold cryptocurrencies because they need to sell it. They need to sell it to pay for their bills, to pay for, if they lose their job, especially during the pandemics. So what matters is how Bitcoin is adopted in the country, for what purpose, and what's the messaging and design of the rollout has failed badly. It has failed because it's not taken into account the deep-seated mistrust that people in countries like El Salvador have in governments generally, and the fraught relationship they have with money as a result. There's a reason El Salvador uses the dollar, and why Ecuador and Venezuela do, and why Venezuela, we can see a lot of restaurants accepting SHIB. It's so simple. With that being said, to American Bitcoiners, the dollar is the symbol of entrapment by the profligate Federal Reserve. But to Salvadorans, it signifies security, an escape that abuses the government so far. So what we're seeing right now is so much development. For poorest Salvadorans, the 25% who earn less than the poverty line of $5.50 a day, those for whom a bank, with its exorbitant fees and constrictive identifier requirements, is a non-starter for managing their meager savings, the clearest manifestation of security in the banknote. So a lot of Salvadorans do not trust Bitcoin. No, instead they trust the dollar. And once we get to change that, people will be looking into SHIB, they'll be looking into Ethereum, they'll be pumping up the Bitcoin market, but it might take some time. You know, it's going to take a long time to show value of Shiba Inu. It's going to take a long time for as well to show the value of Bitcoin. There's some real demonstrations of the power of cheap money transfers here, as the Chiva uses Lightning Network's low cost, near instantaneous settlement process to move either dollars or Bitcoin into wallets. A bigger deal would be, as I've argued previously, roll out Bitcoin mining projects that underwrite the development. So this is difficult but doable, and if many of us believe the Bitcoin that Bukel's government is required to buy back from citizens rises in value in the near future, it will have plenty of resources which to invest in such a future. As Ethereum is coming back, we just need time. We need time and patience to see more institutional demand. And institutional demand is something we're seeing as analysts at JP Morgan credit the ongoing craze in decentralized finance and non-fungible token sector as the primary driver behind investor interest in Ether. They added the 21-day average Ethereum future premium climb to 1% over spot Ethereum prices, signing the Chicago Mercantile Exchange data record since August. The JP Morgan report coincided with a record amount of Ethereum tokens getting withdrawn out of all crypto exchanges. As per data has provided by CryptoQuant at press time, the net Ethereum reserves on trading platforms have dropped to 18 million Ethereum compared to 24 million Ethereum a year ago. So that being said, seems like a logical area to make a higher low and to bot more here for a long bear swing trade. And will SHIB be around in 2 years' time? That's what people are asking themselves. Will Shiba Inu survive? Because in El Salvador, people are just withdrawing the Bitcoin to basically use it. Generally wondering what the longevity of the token is. Better than now. It's going to be better than now in 2 years. It might be past the moon. Let's go. And it's gonna be 2 years from now. It's going to be alive. Shiba will be bigger and stronger 2 years from now, especially after Shiba Inu comes out, its own blockchain. So this is just the start. But what we need is time. If they have a video game, which they will, but like they're hinting, it'll be longer than 2 years. And Shiba Inu is going to be for major moments in history. You know, it could be around for 5-10 years. Hopefully enough to make us all rich. I definitely do think Shiba Inu will survive. As Ethereum alternatives and Layer 1 solutions see steady gains in September, Shiba Inu is one of them. You know, Shiba Inu is going to be having more utility, and with more utility, because we need trust right now. We need trust from institutional investors to invest into Shiba Inu. We could be seeing it. As Golem releases laptop app to mine Ethereum, but turning a profit is tricky. Mining Ethereum on whole PC could be done, but profits with a few and far between, so there's no profits. So, you know, more people joining in to mine everything, basically to mine Bitcoin, to basically collaborate in the cryptocurrency space, we could be seeing a lot more. Even if Bitcoin went down 30% one day and alts went crumbling, I would still be carrying. I would still be holding. You hurry up to see what is happening all over the news. Insert Black Swan event here. So even if Bitcoin or Shiba crashes 30%, I still think crypto is going to be around in 2 years. It's still going to be around in 5 years. So why bother yourself when the price goes up 10% or down 20% when Shiba Inu is still going to be alive? It's just a very, very simple thought that I wanted to tell you, because I do think a lot of holders are very scared for their Shiba Inu coins because they have a lot invested in. But we got a Black Swan event a week if we listen to this swap. You know, everyone is saying every single week we're hearing bad news and crypto comes stronger and stronger back and back than ever. For every FUD, we come stronger and stronger. And same for SHIB. You know, people were saying Shiba Swap is a scam. People were saying the devs are rug pulling. People were saying that Vitalik rugged 50% of the coin. No, you know, we're still live to this day, and SHIB is going to be alive for the next basically 10 years. So what we need to see right now is time, because we need trust. We need trust from institutional investors for Shiba Inu, and we need trust basically from the usual people. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, peace everyone.